I think so. Nah,
I knew that one didn't go.
yeah, I heard it. I heard it hit the carpet. I was over there.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Still on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. 58, right over the
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he will lose yardage on the...
Kick his ass. What's wrong with people?
Play back at his own 19-yard line. Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line.
2nd and 12 at the 19-yard line.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Derek Wolf there on the
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
He's got 3 wide receivers. He's coming up 4-3.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening
I
drive.
forgot what play you called this one.
From the gun, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
It's a gain
23 yards, the final tally.
And a Raven 1st down.
What's going on, Jason Reed?
Oh, Jason in the house.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And
Hey, we always thinking y'all.
goes into Raven territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Carried by the wide receiver.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Raven ball carrier. Patrick Queen on the tackle. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
The tackle made at the
A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
First down, Baltimore.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the Ravens' 20-yard line.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Gosh.
Well, CD, that was a well-orchestrated drive by Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and how about the way he capped it off, too? Orchestrate the drive and then let everybody
What's up,
know
Storm?
exactly who the
Yeah, I
guy
feel you
is
right
on
now.
the field. You've got to watch on every play. Finishes it off with a touchdown run.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Marcus Peters on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
The score, Ravens 7, Ravens nothing.
Second and 5 now. Jackson looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
First and 10.
So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw, a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10.
What is done
Mark it
is
down at the 9.
this
That puts him in excellent
right
position. First and goal after a gain of 19.
At the 9-yard line.
Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
A 9-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in front. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback and pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. SOS. 13.
This is intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
All I gotta do is stop him, and I gotta start making dumb decisions.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, they complete it to Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Number 43, Justice.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Taken down back at the 34-yard line.
Yep, just throw him into me, buddy.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
They'll take over.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Now left side on the swing pass. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep...
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Complete to Willie Snead.
Willie Snead
Touchdown, Baltimore.
there to make the grab. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Justin
That
Tucker
score that they
lining
just
up
gave
for
up
the extra
there,
point.
that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Man,
Taken in the
Smith
end
out
zone.
there. Yeah, I'm glad I ain't getting up that zone.
Oh, nice move. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole.
First and 10.
See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Incomplete. It's second
An
down
incomplete
and
pass
10.
on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. As time expires in the first half. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well?
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time.
It's now
I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. And brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On first down, it's Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On 2nd and a couple. Jackson, he's got it to Ingram, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First
So
down,
the ball down to the
Ravens.
16 here for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Mark Andrews.
7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 from the 9.
9-yard line.
Check, 48's the mic. Hey, me and you all day.
Back to the running game is Ingram. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Check, 48's the mic. Check, 48's the mic. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball? Shut up.
And they will take a knee here.
Jackson on the keeper.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and it was a bit of a strain. It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The 2 teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
All right, after that horrendous unnecessary game, Miami Chiefs.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Damian Williams on the
The
carry.
drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Line.
How best to
A gain of
describe
11
that
on the
one?
play.
I'd say right down Broadway on that
first
run.
down,
That's straight
Chiefs.
ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
A gain of 12.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield and get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Mahomes took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Marcus Peters.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. That's who is running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
15. And a 1st down, Chiefs.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
Complete to number 10, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill
Touchdown, Kansas
there to
City.
make the grab.
Harrison
And the
Butker
Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Oh, that was dangerous.
Jackson's pass.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Dobbins, the ball
A
carrier.
gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tackle made at the
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he floated one out there incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That's good.
25 yards that time.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20 and all the way down to the 5. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
48's the mic. Time to go. Night.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Chiefs ball carrier.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
He's across midfield.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down, Chiefs.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. They can't hang with that.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Welcome everybody to
Tommy
Game
Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
We are back.
And no return here. Where will they spot it?
The Ravens,
they say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Go to that Heisman option, unless you don't feel comfortable.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
After you run that play, I'll give you my suggestion.
56 to Mike.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Operating from the gun, Jackson flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd and short.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
That's good.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Now, the next play you run, you have to be trying to think about, can you get out of bounds? Call why.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Coming across, you got Hill winning that. Audible ground running deep route.
Right there, 56.
Give you some space.
56 to Mike.
If he is open, throw it. If not, you got to go in.
Again, Jackson. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 6 there on first.
Out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
Uplifting my confidence because I
So
definitely
on
didn't trust
second down,
myself
the
either.
field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
Look, I ain't gonna lie, I barely trusted
Tucker's
myself.
kick is good.
I just didn't know you were gonna actually
So
agree
a
with me
late
too.
3 there,
That's the
that'll
thing.
help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational
Yeah, I know.
football, and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Oh, come here.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Drop like that shit. Yo.
Rough.
Oh, shut up.
Where you went?
Shut up. See, you trying to do the most.
No, I'll be doing that to your little sister all the time.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Nah.
Likely time for just one final play,
Nah,
and
you
then
ain't
we'll
gonna
be
drop
off to
too
the
much
locker room to
like
talk
that.
about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Ravens ready to receive, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
I just wanted to go I was trying to find a play to go to the outside with my running back because he just gave me the outside.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
He was brought down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They needed a yard, they got it. First down.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
Not only are you leaving me on the sticks and then
Man, look, watch this. You tell me why I froze.
okay.
At some point, when you get ready to stop streaming, you're going to lag.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Oh, I mean, why wouldn't I want to do it?
They'll go with Hill here on first down. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
43, Justice Hill.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
I'm going slants. Just let me know.
From the 31, Jackson. Snead's got it. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
is going.
Willie Snead, 69 yards, and the Ravens will extend their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
When you hit it on the run like that,
I picked it to pick it, but at the same time, I just knew that something was going to come out.
Sometimes he just takes it and runs
especially
away
when he
from
uses his
everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
Because even if he went to Snead,
everything was
I
executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly.
took Brown out.
Into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
25-yard line.
Though it's supposed to be, but if you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now deeper. And they need a big drive here to just answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down into half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. To Marcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. But now it's third down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because I nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game instead. They're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a first down, Chiefs.
On first down, Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
I did the analog.
I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good
That's
field
why I
position.
call read option.
And he'll take it into the end zone.
Offensive coordinator, yeah.
15 yards.
Offensive coordinator, yeah.
As they catch him for 6. Now this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one. And in this portion of the field will then shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate. You should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
I thought he was. I didn't know he was.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
At the 25-yard line.
We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Now he can quit. All right. That's who gave it the highest answer in a few hours.
What?
In a few hours.
Oh, yeah. That food is good. I haven't checked my fantasy team all day.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens.
My emojis look smaller.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from the Superdome. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
All right, we playing the Saints again.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46.
That's good.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, Kamara. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Hey, 95-56. Easy, opposite. Check.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's coming like clockwork right now for them.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Saints 7, Ravens nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. Second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Jackson on 3rd down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Jackson to Snead that time. First down, Baltimore. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens nothing.
Now a first down carry, it's Hill. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
The tackle.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
first time she did it, man.
Going to hell. Yeah, hell. And if he's not there, run.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Well, they went with the nickel by throwing an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
This is Harris. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
41-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
What's up with everybody playing face mask?
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Breeze now on first down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On first and 10, here's Breeze. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
They'll take over.
Now, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 13-yard line.
I thought so. That.
What did he say?
He gave it a poop emoji, right? I said, I appreciate you just want to make sure I eat.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They'll run it with Hill. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Yeah, you did it.
The Saints take over first
down.
and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Wow. Drop everybody back.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Taken about 7 yards deep, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, let's go back to the start of the season talk, Charles. We talked about some 2-0 and 0-2 teams. You mentioned Arizona, maybe a good surprise. Houston, a bad surprise. Any other teams a surprise at this point to you?
Well, I think that I would look at the Los Angeles Rams right out of the gate at home against Dallas, opening their new stadium. Many thought Dallas would go out west and beat them. That didn't happen. Then how about the Rams going on the road this week and beating Philadelphia and decisively? This looks like a Rams team that finished 9-7 last year. It has designs on challenging for the division title. And one other team I would throw in there is a little bit of a surprise. Just by how it's gone down, How about Atlanta?
Buffalo did.
I know it's
did
tough
something
against
at one
Seattle,
point.
tough against Dallas. Seattle was at home, but they got jumped on by Seattle. And in the Dallas game, they just gave away. That's a team that should be at worst 1-1 right now. Now looking at 0-2 and have a lot of questions.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
On the play. And it's third down.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Gets this one to Hill. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
6 yards.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He won't go down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Quick throw taken in by Snead. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run on first down. It's Hill. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That's the end of the
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Another run here with Dobbins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy lift come in from the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Come on, Jay.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And boy, is he close. Did he get that?
I wasn't trying to go outside. I just went.
Jones afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back.
That's why I was trying to go. I kept bouncing off my
The New
linebackers.
Orleans offense. They're holding on right now
Yes,
to that
the people
advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense.
I kept bouncing off of my linemen. My linemen wouldn't get out the way. It was all
The 4-minute offense is
bunched up. It was
So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays. It has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the ball.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Try to run down some clock with Kamara. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he's got enough for the first to cross midfield to the 48.
Kamara will go right on the left side.
They're able to convert.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now Kamara. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Breeze to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
I'm talking about from the first time the touchdown.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. At a premium, that's certainly applied here, Dick.
That almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way.
Locked up my run. Cameron Jordan was on my was on me when I was trying to pass. I couldn't stop Alvin Kamara.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Seattle. Taken in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
That's the homie G for him.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
58 for Mike, 58. 58.
Touch 50, touch 50.
58. Right.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And in.
Oh, shit!
Swain was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. From the 21, it's second and 10.
No.
Throwing again, Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough for the football for a first down.
Baltimore.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
How you gonna hype somebody up for a downfall? Where's the logic?
Can I finish saying what I want to say?
Go ahead before I keep going.
They said they simplified the defensive scheme or whatever. So I got a
And he
little
is
hope.
into the end zone for a
the
Baltimore
offense will show up.
touchdown.
You better get
A
hyped.
12-yard touchdown.
Hype your team up for a W.
How the hell am I hyping
Ravens
my
have
man
taken
Seattle?
the early lead.
I can't call Jerry right now. He done turned his phone on.
Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays
Well,
this
if you
week.
can call
But here
Jerry,
on the very
make sure you
first
can
drive,
see if you can
defense
become the
broke down a
offensive
bit.
It
coordinator. How
certainly
about that?
did, and it's really not a surprise because defending
Jerry
option
already told me
football
no,
is
because he's
difficult.
coordinating
You
your
have to
offense.
think too much.
Well, maybe-
Most of the time,
well, maybe you
you
should
just
go do
react to
something
what you
better
see and you
than
play
what I'm
fast.
doing.
Here you're
I'll
reacting,
just-
you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
An NFL player? You gonna smack an NFL player?
Most of the time, you got to start with children.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this
Well, I mean,
drive
you got some
underway.
patience with me.
They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
8 yards on the
Just about
pickup.
every quarterback is trained to really look
All
down.
I'm gonna say is
Make a nice safe throw.
All
And
I'm
in this
saying
case,
is,
that's exactly what he did. Found his
you
running
teach me
back,
all
let
this,
him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the
Any
pickup.
explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a 1st down. On 1st down, Carson, and he's going to be met at about the 43.
Chris Carson.
Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
The stop.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Ah!
Wilson
Come on,
on
Smith,
target
I need
there
you to turn around and pick
and he's
that.
going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That's another.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Handoff to Chris Carson. The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
On second and goal, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On third and goal, Wilson. And he is in.
He caught. He really caught that.
From 6 yards away. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the
24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back out in the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And 9 at the 25-yard line.
On second and 9, Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Ravens.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Jackson from the shotgun. They complete it to Hill.
Jackson's pass.
Okay,
complete to Justice Hill.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
At the 41-yard line.
Mark Andrews. He didn't stay on the entire time.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
From the gun, Jackson. It's Hill, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards there and a first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 on the Seahawks' 39-yard line.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. On second and 11 now, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Complete to
Marquise Brown.
Touchdown.
39 yards. And the Ravens have taken the
Welcome to
lead.
Gaming, everybody.
And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. 12.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And this will be incomplete.
Wilson
Physical play on the football there at 2nd down.
Hey, CD, let's peer ahead to week 3 on the NFL slate. I'm looking down at the schedule here, seeing what catches my eye. How about the Rams at Buffalo? That's a pretty good game. A couple of 2-0 teams. Dallas at Seattle. What else do you have?
Well, how about Green Bay at New Orleans on Sunday night? We always talk about quarterback matchups that we'd love to see more of. You don't get to see very often Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, and this could be the last time if Drew Brees indeed heads towards retirement after this season. And how about the one that's going to cap off the weekend? Kansas City at Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how big is that one, right? Because there are a number of us who think that this is a preview of the AFC Championship game. But I want to go back to one you mentioned, the Rams and Buffalo. 2 quarterbacks that continue to have to prove their greatness, or even that they should have the job. Jared Goff with the Rams, and of course Josh Allen with Buffalo. Both of them off to really hot starts and looking good.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
At the 50-yard line.
Hey, alert 48.
On 1st down, Carson. And he's got this down to the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go. 58.
Now it's Carson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
58 for Mike.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Now's not the time. You look at what he's coming out in. 4 wide receivers and a tight end. There ain't no running back there. Hey. Do you understand what you be looking at sometimes?
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at the bottom right. That's why.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
Remember, as I'm learning, I have
No
to
gain there on the
too.
completion, 2nd and 10.
Trying to break bad
Had
habits.
the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the move to his left. Open is open, he's got it. Touchdown Seahawks.
It don't matter who it is.
Greg Olsen. As time expires in the first half. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20. 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan showing you.
It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
First down, Ravens.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Raven first down.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this is incomplete.
Jackson.
By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Well, CD, unfortunately, some somber news across the league in Week 2 coming from New England Patriots running back James White because his parents were in a car crash and his father, Tyrone, captain of the Miami-Dade Police Department, passed away in that accident, and his mother, Lisa, also sustained critical injuries. So it was up, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 51 yards. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm gonna put out 146 points. It is nothing left. On a room ready to
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, Charles, glancing back to Week 2 of the NFL, certainly there were a lot of great games. Unfortunately, though, it was a tough day for injuries across the league, and the team probably hit the hardest, the 49ers, losing Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas for the season. They also had Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert also leaving that game, but they were certainly not the only team affected.
And remember, they were already missing George Kittle, Deebo Samuel. Right, those guys didn't even play in that ball game. So this is a team, Richard Sherman is on IR. They've really struggled in the early going. How about the Giants losing the face of their team? And Saquon Barkley looks like an ACL gone for the season. And Cortland Sutton also done for the season with an ACL with the Denver Broncos. tough sledding right now. Remember, Drew Lock, the quarterback, also hurt his shoulder in the last ball game.
And then Christian McCaffrey, they're saying likely at least a month for him of being out with that high ankle sprain. I guess maybe, CD, this is a good year to have just that 3-week IR rather than the longer spell.
It certainly is, and when you can have guys who can return faster for you, and you know that really helps the team out in a big way. Unfortunately for the Colts, former first-round pick and safety, starting safety for them, Malik Hooker, the IR won't apply. He's gone for the season with a torn Achilles.
They go play action now. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. This complete to Lockett. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, that's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
14.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got. 58, right over there.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty
That was
impressive.
2 days ago.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
How is it done?
The Raven offense
Well,
set
it
at the
didn't
line
look
for this
right. It
next
looked
drive.
dirty,
And
so
the
I
last
decided to
go-around, they
clean
really
it.
couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going
Brother,
to lose the
care about
field
this stuff?
position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now
Yeah, 'cause
is a little more
all they did-
consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on
all I
offense, get a
did.
couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to
over,
build
over.
off of. That's what they're looking
Better
for
than
here.
yours.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
I got others.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed perfectly and knocked it free.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down, Ravens.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Anthony Averett picks it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Justin Tucker lining up.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're not even touched. Score! Touchdown, Seattle! Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside in 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Hill. It ended up just short of the 45 at the 44. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 56 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
42-yard line.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Wilson now off the bootleg. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
A 3-yard
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
What the fuck?
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And no, it's incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover.
Don't lie, that was a good look.
Guys will get the football back.
Way too many.
That puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Marcus Peters on the cover.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 49. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Billy Snead, incomplete. It's
so they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some
He never got touched. He never got touched.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Atlanta.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gurley. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tuesday.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
3rd and 2. Now Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins.
He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Why?
Right back to Dobbins on first.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He was brought down by DeMonte.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Jackson now. They set up the screen to Hill. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down.
Fourth down.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They're going for it with Dobbins. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
Yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Ryan to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him. Gets another 1st down.
1st and 10.
Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10.
And that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
1st down.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. He can make moves.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last drive, They were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what
Everybody
he preaches
welcome
all the
to
time.
game.
Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse it through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Falcons 14. Ravens nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
But the thing, did you read what said?
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's brought down after a very nice game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Jackson on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Jackson's pass intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
No, he knocked it out.
Final play of the half, it's Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaunt, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better.
We'll find out. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I'll be giving enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I would think down 2 scores at this point in the 4th quarter, even with the loss there on first down, this has got to be 4-down territory. If you're the field goal kicker, your only purpose now is if you can run out for a pass or actually carry the ball into the end zone. Otherwise, don't even look at the coach.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Yeah.
Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. A run with Gurley there on 1st down, going to get about 4 yards.
The ball carrier, Jimmy Smith, the one who brought him down. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me with Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 41. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll try and pick up the 1st with Gurley.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get it behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll find his way down right around the 12.
The tackle made at the 12.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Ryan looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Younghoe Koo on for the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Looking deep for, this is caught.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room. I just
Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 60 yards. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.